Tonight, I carry on our journey to platinum every main Assassin's Creed game. With Assassin's Creed Origins being the last game we platinumed, that means the next game on our list is... Taking place in ancient Greece in the year 431 BCE, we play as the grandchild of the king of Sparta, Leonidas. With 51 trophies required for the platinum, this will have us experiencing everything Greece has to offer. This includes obviously finishing the main story of the game, fighting in large-scale battles on both land and at sea, having to hunt down and slay several creatures from Greek mythology, becoming the champion of the arena for the second game in a row, and finally we have to unmask and kill every single member of the Cult of Cosmos. Thankfully, Ubisoft decided to get rid of collectibles for this one, and I'm sure they will never ever be coming back. Lastly, before we begin, if you enjoy the video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. And with all that out of the way, let's begin. This is Sparta is the first trophy we will be earning, and this is for finishing the Battle of Thermopylae. So our journey begins with none other than Leonidas, king of Sparta, preparing to defend from the second Persian invasion. And let's be honest, we have all seen the movie 300, but sadly for us we don't have enough time to build a wall full of dead bodies, and we aren't helped out by any storms, so we have to do this the hard way. But with the big man in charge, you just know a speech is coming.
Spartans! Every breath that you have taken has led you to this moment. Every drop of blood, sweat, and tear, all of it has led to where you stand right now. The Persians come to make slaves of us all. I have a better idea. I say we drench the gods with their bloods! What say you, Spartans? For our sons! For our daughters! For Sparta! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Yeah, Leonidas had me ready to dive through my TV and start killing Persians with him, but as the battle starts, we see this absolute demigod of the battlefield just starts mowing down enemies left and right while he is in his 60s. Obviously, for some reason, we just abandoned the impenetrable phalanx formation and charge out because we didn't actually want to win the battle or anything.
I'm kind of retarded.
But this does give us a chance to get to grips with the updated combat from Origins. This is when we come face to face with the Persians champion, and I'm just glad it's not a massive bald guy foaming at the mouth.
What in oblivion is that?
During this duel, however, we once again show how the spear is the greatest invention known to man as we just poke this guy from a distance, but finally we kill him with some sort of flashbang ability. This got us the first trophy of the video for finishing the Battle of Thermopylae. After the battle, we learn through a prisoner that the Persians have been told of a hidden path behind us, so basically we are fucked. Just as the prisoner brags to us about our imminent death, we decide to shut him up.
Today was a day the Persians will never forget. Tomorrow is a day the world will remember.
Fuck yes, Leo. I cannot wait to play as him for the rest of the game. Oh, fuck my life. I'm so sick of this bitch. Of course, Layla just has Leonidas' spear as well because she's just brilliant at everything. As we jump into the Animus, this is when I decide to play as Alexios. An Odyssey in the making is our next main story trophy we will aim for, and that's for finishing episode 1. This is when we finally meet our real main character, Alexios, who just so happens to be a mercenary. During this, we meet two thugs who work for someone called the Cyclops, and they rock up to speak with us.
That's for last week!
That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
So for hitting us with a cheap shot, we kill both these morons. After this, our best friend Phoebe arrives to tell us our other friend Marcos has borrowed money from the Cyclops and bought himself a vineyard but refuses to pay the Cyclops back. We do earn the shiny trophy shortly after this for equipping a legendary item, which we just happen to have since Ubisoft were very generous and gave us a few in our inventory.
What can I say except you're welcome?
So after equipping it, we got the trophy. This is when we meet with the worst NPC in this game, Marcos, and he owes a fuck ton of money to the local bandit called the Cyclops. So we decide to steal his obsidian eye and plan on selling it to repay him. Well, that is until we meet the Cyclops and decide to change the plan.
You want it? Go get it.
This does lead to the Cyclops and his boys getting slightly annoyed at us, and this is made 10 times worse by the fact some random mercenaries decide to join him and start fighting us, but eventually we do manage to kill the Cyclops. After that, we speak with Barnabas, the man who's being drowned by the Cyclops, and he offers us both his ship and crew in exchange for us saving his life. While on one of the islands, we also meet this really shady prick called Elpenor, and he is going to pay us a lot of money to kill someone called the Wolf of Sparta. This is when we got the Assassin's Creed trophy, which was for fully equipping a legendary armor set, which once again we just had in our inventory thanks to Ubisoft, so once equipped, we got the trophy. On our brand new ship, we plan on sailing to Myrrine into a war zone, and as we tell Barnabas this, we learn that this might not be an easy job after all.
They call him the Wolf.
The Wolf? Who wants Nikolaos of Sparta dead?
Nikolaos of Sparta?
Turns out Nikolaos is our father, and we flash back to a vision of an elder in Sparta about to throw our baby sister off a mountain. You know, just casual Spartan things. Being the brave hero we are, we rush forward to save her and oh fuck, we just made everything 10 times worse. Unfortunately for us, Nikolaos also decides to just chuck us off the mountain as well. Here we got a trophy for finishing episode 1. With access to our ship, we managed to get another simple trophy, and this was for having a lieutenant on our ship be legendary. So somehow Bayek was available along with Aya and Evie, but once we chose Bayek, we managed to get the trophy. Past Mistakes was the next main story trophy we aimed for, and it's for finishing episode 2. As we tried land in Myrrine, we got another trophy. This was for cleaving a ship in half. Approaching Myrrine, where our father is fighting the Athenians, we encounter a small fleet of Athenian ships, so to land on Myrrine we have to destroy them. We start this off by spam firing arrows and launching spears at the Athenian ships, but once damaged enough we decide to ram them, and with our ram cleaving the ship in half, this got us the trophy. After that, it was very, very simple for us to clean up and destroy the rest of the fleet. Stepping foot onto Myrrine, we see the old man is giving a speech to his men after butchering several hundred Athenians. But before we can speak to him, we meet with his adopted son Stentor, who also just happens to be a little bitch, by the way. But he says if we fight for Sparta during this war, he will allow us to speak to the wolf after.
I see this as an absolute win.
Before we meet the Athenians on a battlefield, we have to weaken them severely. So to do this, I snuck into a fort and decided to steal and destroy some of their war supplies, and also wipe out several of their highest ranking commanders. With us stealing a lot of supplies, this led to us getting another trophy, and this was for upgrading our ship for the first time, which we done, unlocking us the trophy. We followed this up with the Make It Your Own trophy, which was for engraving an item. These engravings work as small upgrades for both your weapons and armor, but once we applied it to our sword, this got us another trophy. And after that, we got yet another trophy for equipping 5 legendary armor pieces and 1 legendary weapon, which once again all came from Ubisoft. Thank you so much, you are so generous. I fucking hate your shit company. But once we equipped all of them, we got the trophy. With the Athenians weakened in Megaris, we meet with Stentor before the battle, and this is one of many conquest battles we will have to fight during the game. But we basically just rush around the battlefield, killing any and all lieutenants in the Athenian army, and occasionally we will have to duel any other mercenaries. With the battle won, we are allowed to come face to face with Nikolaos.
Here, Pater. It's been a long time.
Impossible. I saw you fall.
I didn't fall. You fucking threw me to my death!
This is when any plan to kill him just goes completely out the window. He then also drops the bombshell that he isn't our father, and that if we want answers, we need to speak with our mother. And after that, he just decides to disappear. This got us the trophy for finishing episode 2. Our next main story trophy is called Evil Unearthed, and we got that for finishing episode 3. This is when we meet with Barnabas and a new friend of ours, Herodotus, who creams himself over us having the spear of Leonidas. While taking their advice, we managed to gain an audience with the Pythia, who is said to have visions of the future. So we plan on asking her where our mother is. Before we can even say a word, however, she warns us of something called the Cult of Cosmos. But before she can reveal too much, we are both dragged away by the guards. So I decide to take matters into my own hands and break into her house later that night, and she tells us that the cult meets nearby, and she also tells us that Elpenor is a member of the cult.
2 seconds later.
Obviously, we hunt down and kill him, but he dies before he can give us any useful information. We then use his mask and robes to disguise ourselves as we plan on infiltrating this cult to learn more.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
Entering the secret meeting place, we see this cave is absolutely jam-packed with cultists. And blending in, we learn that they are after the brother, mother and father, which does sound quite familiar, but this madman also warns us about someone called Deimos. In the middle of the room, we see a strange artifact, and we place the last piece of the puzzle, which we took from Elpenor. Oh yeah, speaking of Elpenor, he is also here. Well, part of him is, as Deimos makes her first appearance.
Elpenor is dead. One of you is a traitor. The artifact will expose them.
No fucking surprise that we are picked out, as Alexios seems to have the worst luck known to man. But as we touch the artifact, we see each other's memories, and we realise that this is our sister, Cassandra, that we tried to save earlier. Turns out she was captured and then brainwashed by this cult, but surprisingly she doesn't reveal us as a traitor to the others. She does, however, absolutely beat the fuck out of a random cultist, and while she rearranges his facial features, we slip out unnoticed. We then report back to Herodotus, and he says that we must tell Pericles, the leader of Athens, as if anyone can stop the war and the cult, it's apparently him. After this, we see the sheer number of cultists we will have to hunt down and kill, including Cassandra as one of the heads of the cult. Here, we got the trophy for finishing episode 3. The Bright Minds is our next main story trophy, and this is for finishing episode 4. Before we head to Athens, we meet Herodotus at the statue of Leonidas at Thermopylae. Fuck, these Greek names are doing my head in. This is because he says the spear of Oleo is special, so we both touch the spear together. And this leads to us seeing the last stand of the remaining 300 Spartans as they try kill as many Persians as they can. Look at this dirty fucking scumbag trying to bag an easy kill and take all the glory for killing Leonidas. But even after being hit with several arrows and a sword in his gut, he manages to have the last laugh. What a Chad. Easily the best character in this game, and we only see him for 5 minutes.
That's why he's the goat! The goat!
Herodotus then tells us of an ancient location hidden on an island, and he says we can unlock the true power of the spear there. Using the spear, we are able to open this temple, which definitely is some more Isu bullshit. And inside, we use the artifact we got from Elpenor to upgrade the spear. Oh, fuck off, Layla. Every time something good happens, you appear and ruin it. I quickly managed to grab the Hero for Hire trophy, which was for winning our first conquest on land. Obviously, I sided with the Spartans, and after beating the Athenians for the 50th time this video, we conquer the area and this gets us the trophy. Once we arrive in Athens, we meet the leader of the city, Pericles, and things are slightly awkward as we have been butchering his armies all over Greece, but he does indeed invite us to a party later that night. Arriving that party, we bump into this annoying little shit again, as she now just works for Pericles' wife, Aspasia. And speaking of the devil, Aspasia just arrives. We also just tell her that we are looking for our mother, and she tells us to meet with a pirate who could give us some more information. Once the party was complete, we got our trophy for finishing episode 4. From the Ashes is our next main story trophy, which I'm sure you guessed it, was earned for finishing episode 5. On the island of Chaos, we speak with Xenia the pirate, and after giving her 17,000 fucking gold, she gives us more information on her mother. Sorry, what? For 17,000? I'd expect to learn her exact location. No, but instead we get some really vague clue which doesn't even help us. We then speak with another woman and she will tell us more on where our mother is. But to do this, we have to help her kill a criminal called the Monger. We kick this off by burning down the Monger's warehouse inside the city. And just as we get caught though, a Spartan soldier named Brasidas shows up to lend us a hand.
Come and get it.
As we both auriform our way out of the warehouse, the remaining enemies just leg it and run. He then thanks us for our help and also just kind of dips after this. We did earn the infamous trophy after this for reaching the maximum wanted level. So after being hunted down by a mercenary, I was just defending myself. But just as we managed to kill him, half the city's civilians decided to try to kill me for no reason. So we just butcher them all. This makes us reach the maximum wanted level, which leads to us getting the infamous trophy. We also got the Scourge of the Aegean trophy after this for sinking our first epic ship. Turns out having a 5-star wanted level in ancient Greece means people chase us on land and also at sea. So a high-level mercenary on a ship chased us down, but obviously he didn't stand a chance. And as we sunk him, we got the Scourge of the Aegean trophy. Kind of anticlimactically, we did just kill the Monger in public, and this is when we learned that our mother is leading the island of Naxos. Here we got a trophy for finishing episode 5. Our next trophy is called Democracy Falls, and this is for finishing episode 6. This is when we return to Athens to tell Aspasia and the others that we know where our mother is. But as we arrive, we see the city has been decimated by a plague. Speaking with Pericles, he tells us that his rival Cleon has been blaming him and turning the people against Pericles and unleashing cultists on the city. This is when we hear cultists are attacking the nearby temple, so we rush over and beat the absolute shit out of them. Oh yeah, and they also killed Phoebe. Oh no, I'm so heartbroken. One of the characters of all time.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you we don't care.
Hippocrates and Socrates then rock up to the temple and warn us that no one can find Pericles. Unfortunately for us, Cassandra managed to find him no problem as she just kills the old man. With Athens royally fucked, we then have to smuggle Aspasia out of the city, earning us a trophy for finishing episode 6. Legend in the Making is our next main story trophy, which we got for finishing episode 7. Arriving on the island, we find and come face to face with our mother.
Alexios. How?
closed my eyes, I could still see you fall. I thought I had lost you.
We then spend the entire day catching her up on everything that has happened, from the cult to Cassandra and Nikolaus. Later that night, Aspasia managed to translate some orders our mother found on a dead cultist, and she says it came from one of the two Spartan kings. We do plan on returning to Sparta to save them from the cultists, but before we can do that, we have to wipe out the nearby fleet. While doing this, we unlocked the War Master trophy, which was for killing the leader of any region in the game. Turns out the leader just happened to be leading his fleet, but using fire arrows and javelins, we managed to attack the fleet head on, and singling out the main ship, we destroyed it with ease. This got us the War Master trophy. After that, we easily clean up the remaining ships. With the way to Sparta clear, our mother tells us about our real father. He is hiding on the island of Thera. So while we meet with him, she will return to Sparta and wait for us. Once again, we enter another Isu-like temple, just like the place where we upgraded our spear. And it's at this point where I thought our father was going to be fucking Hades or something, because who the fuck else would be chilling down here inside a volcano? Deeper inside, however, we see we are actually at the lost city of Atlantis. So our dad has to be Aquaman, right?
Greetings, Alexios. Welcome to Atlantis. My name is Pythagoras. I'm your father.
Never mind, turns out it's this fucker Pythagoras, or as the Greeks pronounce it, Pythagoras. But if you're wondering why I have a problem with him, it's because this prick is single-handedly responsible for me having to learn Pythagoras' theorem in school. He does tell us though that he has been guarding the entrance to Atlantis for thousands of years, as he wants to stop people like the cult from opening it. Help him out, we need to hunt down and find 4 artifacts to seal the entrance. We also quickly earned the birthright trophy here for discovering Atlantis and speaking with our father.
Thera! We found Atlantis!
I'm getting really sick of you!
Obviously Layla is interested in this because she wants to take the staff that Pythagoras had for some reason. I don't really listen when she talks. Before continuing with the main story, I managed to bang out a few side trophies, as you have to be a certain level to even play the main missions. For our next trophy, the Midas Touch, we had to equip another engraving, but this time it has to be legendary. So after acquiring a legendary engraving and putting it onto our sword, this got us the trophy. One head down was the next trophy we got, and this was for wiping out one entire branch of cultists. With us needing XP, I decided why not wipe out some cultists and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So we searched for clues to find who some of them are and kill them. With only 1 more cultist needing to die before we learn who the head of this branch is, we hunt him down and assassinate him. This then reveals to us the leader of this branch of cultists. And once again, we assassinate our target, getting us the 1 head down trophy. I have the power was unlocked next, and this was simply for performing an overpower attack with each weapon type. I had done an overpower attack with every other weapon in the game, with the last one being the bow. Once we done this, we unlocked the trophy. Before returning to Sparta, we got the Aphrodite's Embrace trophy, and this is for clapping some cheeks, which after helping this lady lead a rebellion, we got a very tempting offer.
I know a spot down by the water. It's quiet. We'd be alone. What do you say?
I'm gonna come.
This got us the Aphrodite's Embrace trophy. Finally, we arrive back in Sparta and reunite with our mother, but as we enter the city, we see a single bear has managed to enter Sparta, panicking half the city. So obviously we help out by killing it. Being the brain dead NPCs they are, because it's a Ubisoft game, the Spartan guards then start attacking me, which leads to another 300 getting slaughtered inside the city.
That they don't know what the f they're doing.
Easily 15 minutes of constant fighting later, I decided to just hide and wait it out. After that massacre was finished, our mother brings us to the statue of Reunited, and this leads to yet another flashback. And here we see that even Leo had to deal with these cultists back in the day, as they are trying to convince him to let Xerxes conquer Sparta. But we all know what Reunited thinks of negotiating with Xerxes.
This is Sparta! Gather the men.
My king?
Xerxes wants Sparta. She'll have to go through me.
Back as Alexios, we enter the throne room of both Spartan kings, and we see they're just having a normal civilized conversation. In order to regain our citizenship and our home, we need to complete 2 impossible tasks. One task has us making sure that Sparta wins the Olympic Games, and the other wants us to help beat the Athenians in a battle. But with one of them being a traitor, one of these tasks will be set up for us to fail. During this, we also got the Going for Gold trophy for winning the Olympic Games. Arriving at the Games, we are told to escort the Spartan wrestling champion to the Games, which honestly couldn't have went any worse as he gets eaten by a shark 10 feet from the shore. Fuck. So we end up taking his place and just beat the absolute shit out of 3 separate opponents, and seriously, that's it. 3 fights and you just win the Olympics. This got us the trophy for winning the Olympics. Before we continue, we also got the Godly Power trophy, and this is for putting 3 skill points into a single perk, which we done, and this unlocked us the trophy. After that, we meet with Stentor as the little pussy needs help winning a battle. But before the fight, he wants us to hunt down and kill several of the Athenian champions who just so happen to be cultists as well. We also find that Nikolaos has beat us to one of these champions, but it's good to see the old man still has it. With them all dead, we take part in the battle, which goes the same way as all the other battles in this game. It just has the Athenians running away. Meeting with the 2 kings again, we report our success, but we also use this as the perfect chance to accuse Pausanias as the traitor, as we find quite a bit of evidence on the dead cultists proving that he is the traitor. Apparently, however, we don't have enough evidence, even when we have a letter of him and the other cultists communicating. Fuck this game.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
As we get dragged away, he whispers that it was secretly him the whole time, like, no shit. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And to my surprise, it's very easy to ambush a king of Sparta and kill him in the middle of the city. But then again, a bear had the entire city in turmoil, so I shouldn't be too surprised. After killing him, we show Archidemos, the other king, a letter found on his body which proves he was a member of the cult. This earns us our citizenship and home back, but also frees Sparta of the cult's corruption. As we arrive back at our old home, Brasidas then rocks up and asks us to help him win yet another battle. During this battle, we earn the Misthios in Training trophy for completing 20 bounties. Like every other time, the battle starts and we just pick off all the enemy commanders, which we did have a bounty for killing a certain number of Athenians, which once triggered got us the trophy. This is when Deimos arrives, but don't worry guys, Brasidas has got this. Thankfully, during this important and tense battle, my UI is nice and clean. Oh wait, it's a Ubisoft game, so everything starts popping up on my screen at once. Like, I don't give a shit. I reach level 38, let me see what I'm doing. Honestly though, this fight is just avoiding Cassandra's abilities and then countering with our own, and after one last strike, we manage to defeat her. Just as she tries to attack us again, a falling tree wipes her out, and what retard gets taken out by a fallen tree? Here we got a trophy for finishing episode 7. Taking Back Athens is our next main story trophy, and it's for finishing episode 8. This is when that little rat Cleon finally shows up and brags about ordering the death of Pericles and says that we will join him. Luckily for us, we have the privilege to get rescued by Dumb and Dumber here.
By the power of the gods, halt!
But with Cleon exposed as a cultist, we can kill him next. Brasidas, to no one's surprise, asks us to help him win yet another battle. Seriously, it's getting beyond boring now. What isn't boring is being able to play golf with the Athenian soldiers, so we stroll around the battlefield doing our best Sauron impression. But yet again, Cassandra shows up.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Before we get a chance to avenge Brasidas, Cleon just snipes her in the back because he's cockeyed as fuck. And after chasing the prick, I play golf with him as well. So as Cleon begs for his life, we just snap his neck and carry on with the rest of our day. This earns us the Taking Back Athens trophy. Odyssey's End is our last main story trophy, and that's for finishing episode 9 and the epilogue. Back on the same mountain where Cassandra got chucked off as a child, the entire family reunite. Both us and Myrrine do our best to try convince her that she's been brainwashed, but it's only when we hand her the spear of Leonidas that she sees that the cults manipulated her memories and lied to her. This then leads us all becoming one big happy family again, and all it took was several thousands dead. This then leads to us having dinner in the old house, and after that we speak with Barnabas, who reminds us that we still have a fuck ton of trophies to grab. But we did get the Odyssey's End trophy for finishing the main story. With the main story finished, we then had the cleanup. And as usual, all Assassin's Creed games have annoying cleanup trophies, so let's start banging these out. The Argonauts was the first trophy we got, and it's simply for having 4 legendary lieutenants on our ship. And after completing the main story, we get the option of using our family members as lieutenants, so with the 4 of them selected, we got the trophy. Our next 4 trophies are all related to the task our father Pythagoras gave us, and this has us hunting down 4 artifacts. While looking for the first artifact, we come face to face with our first foe, the Sphinx. Now, unlike the others, this isn't a battle of strength, but instead it's a battle of wits, as she asks us 3 riddles. Turns out these were surprisingly easy, as she just copies one of the riddles Gollum told Bilbo. I'm not even joking, the answer was time. And after beating her at her own game, this ends up killing her. We then take the artifact off her body and we see it transforms into a piece of Eden. This got us the trophy for defeating the Sphinx. Next up, we heard tales of a deadly Minotaur, and this obviously has the second artifact. So we meet up with some other mercenaries to hunt down this deadly beast. As we arrive outside its lair, we know this is going to be a tough battle, as Minotaurs are large, quick, and angry as fuck.
I am the Minotaur.
What?
Drop all your valuables and flee in terror, mortal.
Am I getting catfished here, or any powers you want to tell us about? Any,
No, I don't have one.
Right, no. Seriously, this time we're going to fight the Minotaur as we enter the labyrinth where the beast is trapped. So we enter the labyrinth. Thankfully, we still see the string that Theseus used to navigate his way throughout the labyrinth. So thanks for that one, pal. And at the end of the string, we come face to face with the real Minotaur. Only a moron would charge at this thing, so that's exactly what I done, and at perfect opportunities I dropped back and peppered it with arrows. Sadly for him, he has no counter for this tactic, and so decides to have a good old-fashioned rage. But after a few more minutes of combat, we kill the Minotaur. Yet again, we take the artifact and it transforms from the Minotaur's horn back into a piece of Eden. Here we got the trophy for killing the Minotaur. Next up, we meet with a man who says that he has spoken with the gods. So, seeing this as a good chance to try find another artifact, we follow this lunatic. With both of us managing to open the door, we enter and speak with these so-called gods.
Creators of the universe! Outstretch your mighty hands and raise me to the heavens!
Right, after pausing the game and laughing for 5 minutes, I decided to spam fire arrows at the Cyclops' one eye, blinding him, and once blind, we're able to close the distance and deal massive damage, eventually killing the Cyclops. This earns us the trophy for defeating the Cyclops, and once again, this gets us another piece of Eden. Lastly, we meet with a woman who tells us that her partner went to the lair of the writhing dread and hasn't been seen since. Sounding like the perfect place to find another artifact, we agree to help her. But as we get closer, I'm slightly less confident, as I'm sure everyone knows exactly what creature the writhing dread really is.
Doesn't really inspire confidence.
As we make our way through the lair, we find more and more statues until eventually we come face to face with the writhing dread.
Yeah?
What have I got myself into? Oh, I'm fucking shitting myself.
Trying to avoid our gaze, I instantly rush forward to hack and slash, but look at how little damage we do. This turns into a long game of hide and seek, where we hide behind pillars while she teleports around the arena. But with one last overpowered strike, we manage to defeat the writhing dread. Sadly, our kill is nowhere near as cool or cinematic as when Perseus done it, but we did get the job done. This thing gets us our 4th piece of Eden. It also leads to us getting a trophy for killing the writhing dread. We then return to Atlantis and hide all 4 artifacts away, as any human who touches them gets turned into the creatures, and the last thing we need is a ton of minotaurs sprinting around Greece. With them sealed away, Pythagoras gives us the Staff of Hermes, which grants us immortality, and then he just dips. We then jump back to Layla after this, and this is when a several thousand-year-old Alexio strolls in, holding the Staff of Hermes. And after speaking with Layla for 5 minutes, he also decides death is a better alternative. Thankfully, this is the last time we see Layla this game. The next trophy I got was Master of the Hunt, and this was for completing the Daughters of Artemis questline. This is us hunting down and killing several beasts all across Greece. From the Nemean lion to the Callisto bear, we have to kill them all and return their pelts to the Daughters of Artemis. After killing them all, I then return the pelts to the leader of the Daughters of Artemis and also clap that ass. But this gets us the Master of the Hunt trophy. Everybody Benefits was the next trophy we unlocked, and this was for finishing Marcos's questline. And yeah, it's the same Marcos from the start of the game, as we find him locked up in the middle of nowhere. Turns out he has started another vineyard. Surprise, surprise. But after helping him get the place up and running, we earned the trophy. Our next trophy was called Top of the Food Chain, and this was for becoming the #1 ranked mercenary in all of Greece. With us currently sitting at rank 2, thankfully, we just had to kill the dickhead in first place to get this trophy, which was very, very simple as we just ambushed him. But after killing him, we got the trophy. Are You Not Entertained and Bloodsport were our next 2 trophies, and they were both from fighting in the arena. Are You Not Entertained was for becoming the champion of the arena, which we done by just defeating all the bosses of the arena, and this was pretty straightforward as we are kinda overpowered by this stage of the game, but after defeating them all, this got us the trophy. We then followed this up with the Bloodsport trophy, which was for defeating another mercenary inside the arena. So after killing the mercenary, we got this trophy as well. I also managed to get the Demigod trophy next, which was for reaching level 50. And I'd done this while I was hunting down a few cultists, but for hunting down and killing the cultists, we got a good amount of XP. Once we hit level 50, we unlocked the trophy. Our next trophy was simply for finishing Hippocrates' questline, and it's genuinely so fucking boring. Basically, we just have to save a man from getting mauled by a bear, and then help Hippocrates with a few other medical quests. But after this, we got the trophy. The trophy after this was easily the most annoying in the entire game, as we had to hunt down several treasures for Xenia. You'd think the 17,000 gold we gave her earlier would be enough, but apparently not. After being given some very vague clues to a famous treasure, we clear out the bandits inside a cave and retrieve it. After returning it to her, we have to do this 4 more times. Find a treasure map, then locate the treasure and return it.
24 hours later.
Once we returned them all, however, we did get the trophy. Hermes Homie is the next trophy, and it actually is the worst in the game, as we have to defog the entire map, which sounds quite easy, but there are hundreds of little islands which you can hardly see, where the fog blends in with the mountain, and it's just impossible to spot. After spending 10 minutes complaining, I finally set off on our flaming steed to see every inch of Greece. But with the land fully defogged, I took to the seas and sailed to every small island on the map. Like, I would sail for 5 to 10 minutes, swim to the island, stand there for 5 seconds and leave. fuck you, Ubisoft. Whoever comes up with these trophies, I actually despise you. Honestly, 10 hours later, I finally got the trophy. Child of Poseidon was the next one we got, and this was another annoying trophy as we had to complete every underwater location in the game. Just another in a long list of trophies where they aren't difficult, but it's just so tedious and boring. But eventually, after completing them all, this got us the trophy. I then earned the Island Hopper trophy after this, which was for finishing 20 quests on the Pepka, Obsidian and Abantis Islands. This has us doing a ton of various different quests, with the two most interesting being taking part in a 100-man brawl, and the other one has us getting a tour from a young lad who tells us all about the Minotaur, even though we killed him. But after completing the 20th quest, we got the trophy. Stink Eye was the next trophy we got, and it's very simple. Retrieve the Cyclops' obsidian eye from a goat.
Flashback.
Remember that eye we rammed up a goat shitter? Yeah, well, we need to get it back for a trophy, which leads to me massacring the goat population of Greece searching for it. And after sticking my hand up a goat's ass, we finally managed to find it and earn the trophy. The Cult Unmasked was our last massive trophy to earn, and this has us killing every single cultist. And as you can see, we did manage to wipe out a lot of them during the game. This does have us chasing down clues and having to find information on each of the unknown cultists. But with each cultist we kill, we find out more information on the leader of that particular branch of cultists. And I do find it very, very fitting that Cassandra managed to kill one of them here. With them all dead, we finally have enough clues to figure out who the leader of the cult of Cosmos really is, and turns out it's ASSASSIN'S. Here we then return to the pyramid with all the pieces, and we get another vision. This has our father telling us about the future war between assassins and Templars, and we do get to see some glimpses of Ezio and the other assassins. ASSASSIN'S then arrives and says that we can now control the cult together and change their purpose by controlling the people of Greece, but I do have a slight problem with that. Here we got the trophy for destroying the cult. Our next trophy was finally able to be earned, as with all the cultists dead, we can fully upgrade the Spear of Leonidas. Using each piece we found on the dead cultist, we use them to power up the spear, and once it's fully upgraded, we got our next trophy. We followed this up by earning the Lord of the Seas trophy, and this was for upgrading our ship to legendary status. So I just raced around all the blacksmiths in Greece to buy supplies to upgrade the ship, and after dumping easily several hundred thousands worth of gold into the ship, we upgraded it, and this unlocked us the trophy. Our last main trophy has to be something cooked up by Marvel, as we have to cleave a ship in two, but we have to do this while having a full female crew. So after changing all of my lieutenants to women, we attack the closest ship we see, and once we cleave it in two, this got us the trophy. And with this, we earned the Platinum Trophy for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So everyone, that was the Assassin's Creed Odyssey Platinum, and what a grind it was. Genuinely another really confusing Assassin's Creed game where it has some amazing story moments, great voice acting, and is genuinely enjoyable. And then it follows that up with 8 hours of fetch quests. Like, whoever made XP a requirement for certain quests needs taken out and shot, as it drags the runtime of the game by at least 10 hours. But with Odyssey done, that means our next game is the dreaded Valhalla, which I just can't wait for. Anyway guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye.